So bringing yourself up into your warrior one. So that left foot has come through. So your back heel is well lifted away from the floor. If you can, have that back heel vertical, that back foot vertical. So maybe step your feet in a little bit. Kylie, you want both knees, both hips facing forwards. Both knees, hips facing forwards. So that back heel is lifted. You've got real buoyancy in your knees. So if you can bend both knees a little bit more, bend both knees a little bit more. That's beautiful, really lovely. So have a little sense of trying to push your heels away from each other and just see what happens around your bum. And then push your heels towards each other. Notice what happens around the front of your hips. And then find a place where you can find stability and rest. Those legs are supporting you. If you need to walk your left leg a little bit more to the left, walk it a little bit more to the left. If you need a shorter stance, have a shorter stance. So again, the legs are planted in Muladhara chakra, being grounded. Our arms are in Swadhisthana, ready to move. So I'd like you to float your arms up towards the sky. Imagine that you're tracing the wall in front of you with the back of your hands. You're tracing the wall in front with the back of your hands. And then release your hands back down as if you're tracing the wall in front of you with your palms. So as you breathe in, lift your hands, stroke the wall in front of you with the back of your hands. Breathe out, lower your hands, stroke the wall in front of you with your palms. Continue. So this waterfall movement with hands, with arms. And the next time your arms come overhead, I'd like you to keep them there. And let your palms face to each other. Bring your hands a little closer to each other and imagine that you have a ball. Now, imagine you've got a balloon between your hands, an orange balloon. And start to press into that balloon and feel the balloon press back into your hands. So imagine the buoyancy of the balloon in your hands. And keep pressing your hands. It's like doing that kind of movement with your hands. And you might feel a little build-up of energy. Let your hands be still. So imagine you're trying to push your hands together and there's a force between your hands, not letting them push together. And now take, if you want, a little lean back. So a moment into Ardha Chandrasana, where you take your hands a little further back, bringing more of a back bend into the body. Bringing hands back overhead, so the spine comes back upright. Hands together and down to your heart space. Now turn onto your back foot so you can plant your back foot firmly. So your legs have come into warrior two legs. Your front knee is still bent, that back leg is straight. Let your chest turn towards the right so you can open your arms out into your warrior two. So opening the arms out into your warrior two. And look behind you, look behind you, look down past that right hand. Are you clinging on to the past? Do you want to cling on to familiarity? Turn your head to look forwards beyond your left fingers. Do you invite change into the future? Transformation? Or would you rather stay where things are familiar? Turn both palms towards the right. Lift onto that back heel as you bring your right hand towards your left palm in front of you. Turning onto your back toes. And bring your hands again to the heart space in prayer. Back foot, step it in a fraction. And then you're going to hinge forward into your warrior three. So let that back toe lift, and then nice and slowly, finding that balance as you hinge your chest and leg towards tabletop. So finding that balance, feeling the balance. Or maybe your big toe, your back big toe just gravitates, hovers away from the floor. And maybe you can find that you can balance a lot more easily at home. If the balance is good, really think about your pelvis staying level. Really good balancing. Brilliant. And then let that right foot come and rest alongside the left one. Release your hands. Take your feet just a fraction wider and pop your hands on your hips, maybe. And you're going to do a figure of eights with your hips. So maybe imagine there's a figure of 8 drawn on the floor and your feet are stood in the middle, and see how it feels to bring that figure of 8 movement into your hips. So hands might be on hips or just resting alongside body. And enjoy drawing that infinity sign with your hips. Always flowing, always transforming. Nothing staying the same. Change direction. Enjoy that movement. Be playful. And returning to stillness. Releasing the arms. So I'd like you to step your left foot back so that left heel is away from the floor. And again, bend those knees quite deeply. So if your right foot needs to go out to the right some more so that you balance, let it be. So that back heel, Emma, yeah, that's it. It's lifted up towards the sky. We're pushing into the ball of the foot. So it's warrior one leg. So back heel is lifted, Ada, back heel is lifted. You're just pushing into the ball of the foot. We're trying to have the sole vertical. So feel the buoyancy in your legs. Feel that buoyancy. Lovely. And again, just see how it feels. Try and push your heels away from each other. Notice what goes on with your bum. And then squeeze your heels towards each other. Relax the effort. Know that you're strong, you're stable, you're grounded. Feel your stability. And within this stability, our firm foundation, we can bring movement, transformation. So let those hands float up again, backs of hands tracing the wall in front of you. Breathe out as your palms give the wall or the energy in front of you a little stroke. Continue. Again, don't be in a rush. Maybe imagine you've got magic painting fingers and you can paint the wall in front of you. Lots of different shades of orange. And again, the next time you lift your hands overhead, let them rest there. Elbows as bent as they need to be to give you space around your shoulders. Palms face towards each other. And again, imagine that you're holding an orange balloon. And have a tiny little press into it. So feel the resistance of the balloon pushing back into your hand. And see if you can build a little sense of energy between your palms. Let your hand stay still. And again, you can stay here or take a little stretch into Ardha Chandrasana, a bit of a back bend as you take your hands behind you, lifting your heart a little more towards the sky. Very good. Hands and spine straighten back out. Hands come down to your heart space. Back foot. Let's turn it and plant it on the floor. So your chest starts to turn towards the left. Turn your chest all the way to the left as you open your arms out. So finding your warrior two arms again. So front leg is bent, back leg is straight. And again, look into that hand behind you. What do you need to leave in the past? What would you like to leave in the past? And then turning your head forwards, looking forward. What do you wish for the future? What do you wish for the future? So not clinging on to the familiarity of the past, but inviting change and transformation into life. Turning both palms towards the left. And then bringing that left hand around towards the right one as you turn onto your back foot. So your heel is lifted once again. And hands again come to the heart. So you've turned that back foot, you've turned onto that left foot, so your left heel lifts again. Step your back foot in ever so slightly. And then from here, can you find your balance? Can you let your weight pivot forward as that front leg straightens, but not completely? That back leg starts to hover away from the floor as your chest comes towards tabletop. So you can either push your heel away or point through your toes, but feeling that balance, the steadiness, your firm foundation. The movement of breath within the stability, always changing. And maybe a little bit of movement of the ankle, the calf, the muscles in the leg, keeping you grounded, supported. And then come and release that foot back alongside the other. Release hands, step your feet underneath your hips, arms alongside body. If you're happy to close your eyes, let your eyes close for a moment. If not, drop your gaze. And notice the stillness of the physical body. And the movement of energy, of prana within. The life force, vital, energized. Every cell changing in every moment. Bring your hands together in prayer at the heart, bend your knees, and take a little bow towards yourself. Just honour that wisdom within, being amazing.